All right, let's look at how associative property and commutative property can make our lives easier. So associative property is all about how you associate or group your numbers. So in this first one, we have 29 plus 17. I do not feel like adding that in my head. So instead, what I notice is if I group my 17 and 3 together, then that's pretty easy to do in my head. That's just 20. And then I can tell the answer is 49. Easy peasy. All right, how about this next one? Anyone want to do 5 times 3/4 in their head? Well, I'm sorry, but not me. So instead, whoops, that should be a 3. I'm going to do 5 times 3/4 times 4. I'm going to group my 3/4 times 4 and work on that. Okay, I have a fraction times a number. I can give my number a denominator of 1, and then I just multiply straight across. So I would have 5 times 12, and then we'd have 4 in the denominator. Well, that is easy to do. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And I can easily see that my answer is 15. Done. No calculator needed. Just be careful because this does not work with subtraction. So if I had 29 minus 17 plus 3. The correct way to do this would be to take 29 and subtract 17 and get 12 and then add 3. So we would have a correct answer of 15. And just notice if we tried to do associative property and maybe group our 29 and then subtract 17 plus 3 and do this first, 29 minus 20 is only 9. It just doesn't work. We have to do things in order with subtraction. So just be really careful with subtraction, and the same thing with division. It is not, commutative or associative property does not work with division. See if you can agree with me. Okay, here, correct thing to do would be order of operations, do our division, and then add 3. There's the correct answer, which is not what we get. That was wrong. Okay, which is not what we get if we took 10 divided by 2 plus 3 and group those. 10 divided by 5 is not correct. So we have the associative property of addition and also the associative property of multiplication. Now let's look at what commutative property means. Here, if I take 2 times 3, I get 6, and that's the same thing as if I took 3 times 2, I would also get 6. So commutative property works with actually both addition and multiplication. And it is about actually moving the location of a number, not just grouping it in different ways. So I can move the 3 to the front and I'll get the same thing. So let's look at how that can make our lives easier. Here in this next problem, I'm supposed to take 15 plus 17, which I know I could probably do that, that's fine. But instead, if I move this 5 out to the front, I'm going to get the same answer, and it's just so much easier to do that in my head. 5 plus 15 is 20, and then adding 17, I would get 37. Done. So be on the lookout of how you can use commutative and associative properties to make your lives easier and do mental math.